wisdom and instructions about the fear of the Lord is this morning's lesson. And it covers 3 chapters. We're going to be looking over in Proverbs chapter 17. And the devotional has got the first 16 chapters listed, but we're going to be looking at verse 1 and verse 6 for the devotional thought. The Crown of Old Men is the title of the devotional today. And we look at chapter 17 of Proverbs, verse 1. It says, "Better is a dry morsel and quietness therewith than a house full of sacrifices with strife." You know, sometimes we look at this and think about exactly what Solomon's talking about. But we can all think of times when we were going through difficulties, whether it was problems or the loss of loved ones or other things, when a meal was prepared for that was a wonderful meal. We sit down and start to eat, and that meal just doesn't have the same meaning that it would at a different time, because there are problems in our lives. We're going through difficulties and situations. But you know, when we've got the Lord in our heart, we're content with whatever we have, because the Lord gives us peace and contentment. And a great deal of time we spend worrying about different things and situations that create problems and turmoil in our own lives, when God is a God of peace. And He will give us that peace if we'll just look to Him and ask for directions and guidance and for help carrying us through whatever the situation is. He'll be there for us, and we can find peace through God in our lives anytime and every time if we'll just rely on Him. Sometimes it's difficult, but we know God's will is best for us. If we're children of God, He's going to give us the things that we need. Sometimes that may be hard to take in the flesh, but we can look back and see in our lives where God made things difficult for us to accept, but yet they turned out to be the best thing for us. And then down in verse 6 it says, children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children are their fathers. You know, each of us are grandparents now, and there's nothing greater than to see the grandkids come. You know, we're at the house anxious for them to get there. We're glad to see them, and there's no greater joy than have those little ones come into the house, come give you a hug, just full of happiness and joy in their lives. They just uplift us when they come in. It's a great thing. And you know, sometimes we're kind of glad to see them go. But yet at the same time, while they're there, the parents are normally there with them. Our opportunity to be with them and just have fun is there. Discipline, directions are given by the parents. So we don't have that responsibility then. We don't have to provide for them. The parents are there to provide for them. Now, we may assist out of our want to, but yet we don't have that responsibility. We just have the responsibility of enjoying the little ones and loving on them and probably spoiling them to a certain degree. It's a great thing. But you know, when we think about how much fun they are, we also have to think that we do have responsibility, because they're looking at us. Mm-hmm. They're looking at our actions. And, you know, we need to guide them in the right direction. Yeah. You know, our actions are not bypassed by what the kids see. They see each and everything we do, and we need to set the example that will be right for them, and right for us, and right for God. We need to lead them in the right direction. We can be a good influence in their lives, or we can be a bad influence on their lives, because whatever we do, they're going to see, and they're going to look at that example as being good. So even though we love them and care for them, we do have the responsibility of being Christ-like in our lives and leading them in the direction that they need to go. It also says, and the glory of children of their father. We need to be the right example for our kids, so they can be the parent that they need to be, and follow their guidance and follow our guidance and leadership in their lives as they grow. Brother Moyers, would you dismiss us to our class?